Hello, welcome to this my YouTube channel. So now we'll be talking about HTML tutorial. But before we get started on this, I will implore you to watch my previous video on coding resources, because there I have spoken about the resources you will need for preparing your coding environment. Okay, it's very important, like the extensions, because it will be very important. So if you install all those extensions, you'll be able to get the same result I'm getting. Okay, so it's very important, like the live server and all that. So now, if you have not watched the video, don't bother. I'm going to drop the link in the description box below. Okay, so now we're talking about the HTML tutorial. So as a beginner, the first thing you have to learn if you want to become a software developer, or you want to be a coder, anything in coding, so any career in coding, you have to learn HTML. It's very important. So most especially for those going for a career in software development. Okay, so it's very important and crucial. So before I explain about some HTML, I would like to guide you through in order for us to make up our coding environment. Okay, so where we start the coding, because we want to have to go straight to the point now. So the first thing you are going to do is you create a new folder. So you go to your Windows. If you don't know how to create a new folder, no problem. So you just have to right click. So once you right click, you will go to look for new icon. Okay, this is new. So when you click on new, you will see folder. You click on folder, then you name the folder anything. So but I'm going to be naming this folder code lesson. So then you click enter. So you have named the folder. Why? Because the work we want to be doing, the project, we want to be saving it in this folder. Okay, so I want you to note that now. So once you have done that, and you are going to go to you are going to open your VS Code, your Visual Studio Code. So once you open your Visual Studio Code, what you are going to do is there are two ways you can put the folder, this new folder, the folder we have created. There are two ways you can put it inside here. Is either you drag and drop it here, or you go to file. So which is the simplest? Though dragging it and dropping it here is very simple, but for those that are not really good at tech like that, so because this one is beginner friendly. Okay, this course is for beginners, mostly beginners. So if you are going to now look at this file, you will click on file, then you go to open folder. Okay, so that open folder, you click on open folder. So now we created the folder in the desktop, so you click on desktop. So now this is the code lesson folder. I click on the code lesson folder, then I select folder. Very simple. Okay, so very simple. So you click on yes. So after doing that, so now if you come to this code lesson folder, you see two icons here. So this one now, it says new file, and this one is saying new folder. So what we are going to create inside this folder is new file. Okay, this one that says new file, you are going to click on it, so you can name it. So when you are creating a file inside that folder, the file name must end with .html. okay, it must end with what? .html, because we want to let the code editor know that we are working on what? HTML. All right, so you can name it anything, but it must end with .html. So now I'm going to let this one I'm going to name it lesson .html. Then I click on enter. Okay, you see that I've clicked on enter. So now I've told you already to install extensions. So all this icon you are seeing here, this orange icon you are seeing here talking is letting us to know that we are working on HTML. So that's the icon of HTML. Okay, so if you want to get that icon, you will have to go and install, check my video, the previous video I've done on coding resources. So you will install the extensions. You see how I install the extensions. I've done the video on that. Okay, so after you have done that, so before we start coding here, there's something I would like to explain to you, and it's very, very important to understand it. So let's just do a little introduction of HTML. So HTML is an acronym that means hypertext markup language. Okay, hypertext markup language. So, and I want you to note that HTML is not a programming language. Note that it is not a programming language. Okay, so that's that about that. So now, quick one, let's go to the HTML document. Okay, so now when you want to code anything on HTML, you have to code it inside the HTML document, and it is very, very important. So this is how the HTML document is. So you have this doc type HTML, then you have HTML, this is the open tag, you have the close tag of it, and this is the body and the open body tag and the close body tag. Okay, so now when we are working on HTML, we have tags, we always have tags. Okay, we have the open tags and the close tag. Now what do we mean by the open tag? So now look at this one, we have HTML here. You see that it does not have backslash, but this one now it has what? Backslash. So the one that have backslash is closing the tag, but the one that does not have backslash is what? Opening the tag. It's so very, very simple. So look at the body also, we don't have this one now, we don't have backslash, but this other one now we have backslash. So this other one that have backslash is what? Closing the tag, while this one is coding the body tag, while this one that doesn't have is opening the what? Body tag. You understand that now? So if you are writing anything on, if you are coding on HTML, you have to code it in the body tag. So I will explain that for you. So now you don't have to cram this document code. Okay, I will show you a shortcut to create the HTML document. It's very, very simple. So you go to your Visual Studio Code, then in your Visual Studio Code you will click on Shift. So you will go to your keyboard, you click on Shift. Okay, then and click 1. Why? Because you are trying to click on the exclamation mark. Okay, on your button. So once you have clicked it now, then you just click enter. You see it's perfect now. So what we have done now, we have created the documents, the HTML document. Very, very simple. Okay, so now if you have any question, you drop it on the comment box below. Okay, so now before we move further, I would like to explain. I will just give you a little explanation on this HTML document. Okay, so now this doc type HTML is just telling that we are working on HTML document. Okay, now we also have the HTML lang. So this one is just telling us that we are working on what? In the lang, which means English language. Okay, so now this is the header. So this is just talking about the header. So now this is just the header tag. Okay, we open the header tag and we close it down here. Okay, so now all these ones also are for responsiveness. This meta chassis UTF are just for responsiveness. Okay, so they are for responsiveness. So we will talk that on responsiveness. We will speak more on responsiveness when we get to CSS, which is cascading style sheets. Don't bother much about that. I'm going to explain fully about that. Okay, so now we have this title. So this document here is just the name of the title. Okay, so when we are opening our file in the browser, so it will show the title, which is at the header, to show documents. Okay, in the browser. So I will explain that one later to you. So when we start coding now, so we have closed the header tag here. Now the body here is where we do what? We code, we do our coding on HTML. Okay, that's there where we do it. So this HTML closing, so this is the closing tag of the HTML. So that's that about that. Very, very simple. All right, so now we are going to start our coding. Now you have already started coding, Seth. Congratulations to you. So now we will go to, now let's go to the next section. So now the next section is HTML headings. So HTML, so now HTML has headings tag. Okay, so and the heading tag starts from h1 to h6. Do you understand that now? It starts from h1 to h6. So now let's quickly go to the our Visual Studio Code. So I will explain the HTML headings to you, so you start coding ASAP. So right now I'm going to divide the screen. Okay, so I will move this VS Code to the left and move the browsers to the right. So before I do that now, I will just at first I would like you to note something. So if we want to show what our coding in the browser automatically, so you just come to this this file here, the lesson.html. You right click on it. So once you right click on it, I've told you already that you have to install extensions. So if you have not watched the video, I will put the link of the video where I explained how to install extensions in VS Code. Okay, so now I'll put the link in the description box below. So there you will be able to, you have to watch it and go through it so that you will install the live server in your code editor, so you'll be able to do what I'm doing now. So if you have not done that now, you won't be able to do this. So it's very important. So now you open the live server, then now click on open with live server. Allow. So this is HTML lesson here. Okay, so this is it. So now in order for us to have so let me just move this here, prepare this very, very well. Okay, so now we have this now. So what I want to let you know is that whatever we are coding now, it will be shown here. Okay, it will be shown here in this, it will be shown here. Now for instance, now we are talking about, okay, I'm sorry I have not done this. So what I will do now, let me move this let me divide the screen now. So I will just click on Windows, in case you want to do that the same together with me. Just click on Windows or click on Windows. Okay, then click on left. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. So once you have done that, so let me quickly do this one here. So now on our browser, so click on this. So this is our browser now. So everything now is set. So if I do any code here at the body here, it will reflect here automatically. So now let's say I want to code, I want to do the so I want to do the h1 tag, h1. Please make sure when you are doing it, it should be in small letters. Okay, so you come to the less than sign. So we have, so it must be let it be in small letter, h1. Then you close the tag with what? then you have the greater than sign. Okay, you see that it automatically generates this for me because of the extension I've installed. So please make sure you install the extension. They are it's very very important. Okay, so let's say my book. So now, all right, so now that we have opened the browser through the live server, so now what we are going to do is I want to show you that it will be showing automatically what we are going to be doing. All our coding here will be showing on the browser. Okay, so let's have, for example, like home. Okay, so if you want to check it now, you can just click on, can right click. So after I typed home, right click. So after right click, open with live server. Okay, so you see that it shows home. So what I type here, home, it shows here. Okay, so but what I want to do now is, if you notice now, if I run this one, run the home in the Visual Studio Code, now you see that it does not cancel in the browser. So it's because of we have not on the autosave function. Okay, so I think this is on autosave. It will just be showing like that automatically. So all what we have been doing here would have been shown automatically on the browser. So what we are going to do is go to settings down here. See settings button down at the Visual Studio Code downward. So you click on setting. So you come to settings. Click on the settings. Okay, so see the autosave now. See that it's off, is enough. So what you are going to do is you click on the downside. So you are going to go to after delay. Okay, so you see that it has even started working automatically. Okay, so now let's cancel the settings here. Go top here, cancel it. Okay, so now if I type anything I'm typing now, it will be showing there now. See that it's automatically shown. So that's just very fine. So don't panic on if you have encountered the issue. We will go straight now to the HTML headings. So I've told you already earlier, I've said earlier that we have h1 to what, h6 in HTML. We have the headings, we have h1 to h6. Okay, so I've said it already earlier that we are going to be coding at the what, at the middle of the what, the body. It's inside the body we are going to be coding our HTML. So now let's have our, so if you want to put it, if you want to code the h1, you just click h. Sorry, I've told you that I should be in small letters. So we have h1 h. So now when you are typing it, for because you are a beginner, so let me do it the way you're supposed to do. So you are going to click on the less than sign. Okay, then h1. Okay, then the greater sign. Okay, so you see that immediately I close the h1 tag there, it's just bring the other one automatically like this. Closing the tag of the h1, it has backslash. This one it just automatically brings one. It's because of the extensions I've installed. So if once again, if you have not installed the extension, you go to the description. If you go to the description of this video, you will see the link of the video I've done on coding resources. You will see how if you watch the video, you will see how I explained the coding resources. There you will know the extensions to install. You understand that now? So when you do that, you'll be able to follow me along. So now let's go to this. So we have, so in the middle here you have, like, let me put it in capital letters, my home. Okay, so you see how it is now, my home. So now let's go to the H2. So H2, close it automatically. Okay, so we now have my home. So you're supposed to know the difference now. Okay, so now let's go to H3. So we have H4. Okay, so my home. Now H5. So we have then the last one is 6. My own. All right, so now you see how it is now. So the head H1 is very big, is the biggest. H2, H3, H4, H5, H6. Okay, you see how it is now. You see how the ranking is. So that's how it is. So without wasting most of our time, let's go to the next one. So now the next one is paragraphs, HTML paragraphs. Okay, it's just very simple. So the paragraph tag is just having P. Okay, it's just only P that it has. Okay, so this is the opening of it. It also have the closing of it. So now let's quickly go and work on that on our Visual Studio Code. So now the paragraph here is where I will show you the coding of it. So we have less than sign. Okay, so we have P, then we have click on the greater than sign, so automatically it has brought that. So there you just have your, let's put home is here. Okay, so this one is just, paragraph is just to show plain text. Okay, that's what we usually use, that's what we usually use for paragraph. Okay, so let's move to the next one. So now the most interesting aspect in this part 1 is the HTML style attribute. So I would like you to pay attention to this very well. So now, say the setting style of an HTML element can be done with the style attribute. Okay, so I will show you how. So now we have the HTML style attribute as the following syntax. So this is the syntax. So you have the tag name, maybe it is body, maybe it is h1, maybe it is h2. Okay, so this one is just the style, that is the style, the attribute. Okay, so it equals to now property. So property can be maybe background color, font family, font size, text align. Okay, so that's the property. Then value. Now let's say you are working on background color, so the value can be maybe blue. Okay, let's say we are working on color, the color can be what, can be maybe white. okay, maybe green, anyone. So that's the value. It's very, very simple. So font family is maybe the property can be font family, so it's so the value can be what, sans serif, you understand, maybe the actual, you understand, actual font family. So the font size, maybe the font size now the property, then the value of the font size can be maybe 2 pixel, 10 pixel, anyone. So you are going to show that in that. So now the text align, this is a property also. So the value, maybe you are giving it to be center, left, right, up, down, you understand. So that's it. So now let's quickly go to the code. So let's quickly go to VS Code so I explain better to you so you see it live. So now we are going to use H1 as an example. So now we will use H1 as an example. H1. So you close the tag. Okay. So now, so let's say, so if you want to style it now, the attributes. So we have sty, you come to the, after this first tag here, you come and write styl. Okay, so style, enter. So the reason why all these things is showing is because of the extensions I've installed. So can you install the extensions? Okay, so now we now have, so we now want to know the property we want to give it. Let's give it, let's say color. So before that, let's say the what we are typing, let's say is a boy. Okay, so now we want to give it let's say the color. Okay, the property is a color, then we want to give it a blue color. Okay, see that it has changed to blue now. So now let's say we want to give it a background of blue. Okay, let's say we want to give it a background, let's say background of red color. So I don't want it to be, so background, so where that color is, we just change it to background color. So so now the property is background color. So then the value will be what we can give, we give the value red color. Okay, you see now it has changed to red. Okay, so what I will do now, I will give you an assignment to do. Okay, so now I have done that of background color, I've done for color. So now it's now remove font family, font size, and text align. So you can, so try and do these three and let me know if you have any challenges in the comment section below. Okay, so if you have any issue, you can let me know in the comment section. Okay, so I will address it for you. I will surely answer you. Okay, thank you. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this my YouTube channel. This is Father Kolawole. Thank you.